Always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot, woot. Hi, everyone. This is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you're joining us for another Must Sew TV tonight here at Patchworks. Oh, we are getting ready for another wallop of snow. So we've had like such a mild winter so far, and now it's looking crazy of what it might look like. So I thought we would have some fun with some snowflakes and snow-themed items tonight. And then, of course, we'll show you some new fun stuff and all that good stuff. How does that sound? All right. So let's take a peek overhead at our bundle of the week. Woo! Bundle of the week. So our bundle of the week is 12 curated fat quarters that we have put together and shared with you for the spectacularly low price of $24.99. So this week, this is a bundle that has been on the floor before, and so we only have 4 of these bundles. So you guys, if you love it, you totally have to act quick on it because, I mean, oh my gosh, look at these. This is beautiful. So this is rainbow colored. And the reason why we made this particular pack is that it was inspired by the Things Are Looking Up pattern by Kim Schafer. So let me pull this out of the plastic here, and maybe that helps us a little bit to see it. This is a super cool pattern. It's one of our favorites. It's a bestseller, but it has snowmen on it. And so I thought, in honor of all of the snow in southeastern Wisconsin, this would be the Snowmageddon pattern of the week as well. So this is regularly $10. Tonight it's going to be $7.50. And look at this. It's just super cute. And in all of Kim's patterns, she has full-size applique instructions. And oh my gosh, this is just so cute. Like, don't you even just want to have this be like a coloring page? Oh, so it's just so happy. So happy. And we're just going to open this up here to see it. Oh, snowman, snowman. So it's so huge. And you have the little guy there, and then you have the giant one here, and you can make little blocks, you can decorate towels, you can do all sorts of really fun things here. So this pattern came out several years ago, and while the fabric is no longer in print, you know, tonal fabrics never go out of style. So we put together a bundle that has a combination of some textures from across the brilliant rainbow that were used. So 12 fat quarters here, some reds into the red-orange, yellows, little green, blue, and then this vibrant jewel plum purple. So that one's super fun and super exciting. I'm going to put the link up there for the pattern as well in case if you wanted to grab that, because that is a really good deal as well. And this pattern is only going to be on special through Friday night, the 12th at midnight, or while supplies last, okay? So let me grab this for you here and drop it in the comments so that you can see it. And thanks to everybody for hopping on, and thanks, Fran, for sharing to another group, so that's great. Always fun to see everybody hop on. So as a recap, our bundle of the week, $24.99, and then we added our inspiration pattern for that, and that is $7.50, so you're saving 25% on this pattern while our in-stock supplies last, or until Friday night at midnight. So you have a little over 24 hours for that. Lots of fun stuff. So you might see a fun quilt behind me, and we are going to be sharing that 12-pack pattern for the rest of the month with you. If you have been around Patchworks for a little bit, you may be familiar with this pattern. It's a 12-pack pattern, and it has hearts in it and has beautiful border here. So the heart is put together with a 9 patch in the center, and then each of the rounds of the heart, it's a rectangle with connector corners, okay? So this was put together with 12 fabrics. You can see there's 16 hearts, but it was 12 fabrics. And so let's see here. Did we have a couple repeats of fabric? So this plum here was used in 2 hearts. This beautiful floral was used in 2. This guy here. And let's see, my match game. How are my matchmaking skills? So, and then we used the extras for this great 9 patch border. If you had wanted to, you could also have it be a super scrappy checkerboard border. So that pattern is going to be available. So with any order that you place online tonight or for the rest of the month, or the next time you stop in, make sure to pick up that pattern. Now that fabric, the fabric is a vintage fabric line. This is a sample that I just rehung up to show you this amazing pattern. But we have lots of fun, whimsical fabrics. And I did think that the new Lighthearted fabric stack, so this is a current fabric line that we have in, and while they aren't exact colors here, it's a vibrant, good collection that would make a great quilt. So let's take a peek at this stack. And Frank, let's take a peek overhead. And this is the Lighthearted collection, and I'll share, after I lay these out, I'll share the collection for you. I think it shows that the Fat Quarter Tower of the whole line is out of stock currently. We do have a half yard tower of the whole collection. So you'll be able to grab that if you had wanted to. And of course we have most of the yardage in stock. Great pinks, reds, greens, and this aqua blue. I love this pattern here. I don't know if you're able to see it particularly well. These larger dots are hearts, and then the small dots are just small pin dots. So in this pack, it's in this aqua, turquoisey, and then the red. So that's super beautiful. And I think this palette would lend itself really, really well to the heart quilt behind, or of course, any project of your choice. So let me quick grab that collection for you of Lighthearted. And what do you think? Do you like that quilt? It goes together super quick, and you also would be able to make it smaller. I mean, you could make a table topper by making just 4 of the hearts in a round. If you had wanted to even be adventuresome, you could do some sort of circular finish to that, to have it be a round or scalloped edge. Ooh, lots of great fun stuff that you could do. So I'm grabbing that link for you for Lighthearted. So what size is the heart quilt? Now that is an excellent question, Deb, that I don't have the pattern right in front of me. So I am going to quick grab a tape measure that Frank is grabbing for us. See, we love it when Frank is in the studio with us, right? I say the studio, it's, you know, the store after hours. Studio, store, same thing, right? So, Frank, do you want to help me measure? He does not want to help me measure right now. Maybe we can get him to help measure later in the program. All right, so this is a square quilt. It is maybe 64 square, 65, I might have been. And the other fun thing about this quilt is that we used all the leftovers for the binding. Do you know you can do that? Of course, I always love to sell you all of the fabric, but one really great thing to do is to cut up your leftover fabric from the quilt, and with something whimsical like this, it would be appropriate to do a binding like that. And you just put together 2.5-inch strips of your leftovers and wind them up. One of our dear customers from a while ago she had used to call it her strip rolls, and she used it for binding, and she also used it actually sometimes when she was making other jelly roll quilts. She would just pull out her strip roll and go to town and cut the sizes that she needed, and then she had a super scrappy project. So just some food for thought of different things that you could do. Now we had put these together on a mitered corner so they aren't on the straight. So that really helps, just like normal, them lay nice so that it's not super bulky in the binding. All right, let's check the questions here. So Barbara has already bought the Lighthearted bundle because she loved it the moment we put it out, and she wanted to know if she could still get the pattern. Absolutely. So whenever you come in, and then if you're not able to come in, just let us know. We typically carry our past complimentary patterns for a really long time, and always at the register we have all of those set aside for you. All right. So I'm so happy that you liked that, and we'd be able to further assist anyone with grabbing backgrounds for that to match it up for the quilt. All right, so what else do we have to share with you tonight? I feel like we should mic Frank up, don't you think? So that I can say, oh, what else do we have tonight? And then he can like lead in, well, we got in. I think that'd be really fun. He probably wouldn't think it'd be fun. I just think it'd be fun. All right. So next up, I want to show you a little bit more snow-themed things before we hop into some new stuff that we have in the store. All right, so next up, I want to show you some flannel because we're into flannel season. Did you know it was flannel season? And what's interesting, so if someone came into the store this week and they said, oh, when are your flannels going to come in? And I said, June. And they said, June? And they were surprised that we weren't getting in a whole bunch more flannels in January and February. And so how the cycle works, and there are different times of year when we can get in basics and things like that, but we typically get things in the store about 6 months prior to what that season is for major seasons. There are exceptions like Valentine's Day, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day, where they're a little bit shorter cycle. But something like flannel would be released right around the time that Christmas fabric is released. So that's in the May, June, July area. So we have a really great selection right now, but it is dwindling down. So if you're looking to make some cozy stuff, you'll want to hop in sooner than later. So look at this, super cute. Oh, so it's called Feeling Frosty. It's from Patrick Lose, and he distributes under the Northcott Fabric Company. And Frank, let's look at this overhead. So he's just really fun and wintry. He is not Christmassy. I do not detect any holiday flair here. Frank, do you see holiday? He's shaking his head no. So we have sweaters, we have hats, we have penguins. Oh my goodness, super exciting stuff. And then there's a whole bunch of coordinates with it. We have some tossed snowmen. We have some ice skates. Oh, and finally we're having cold enough weather that we can have those ponds freeze up so that we can have some nice ice skating. Maybe not next week. I heard it's going to be a titch cold. But you know, perfect quilting weather. Perfect quilting weather. We're waiting all years to use the quilts, so I guess we have to have a little bit of cold weather. And then we have some really fun snowflakes as well. So, in the spirit of our Snowmageddon celebration tonight, we have this fat quarter tower, which has everything from the line, and that is 13 fat quarters, regularly priced $42.25. This one is also on special. What? Oh my goodness, we have two. Can you believe it? 2 amazing fat quarter deals. I know you're super excited. I can hear your excitement through the computer screen. So let me put the link in the notes for that. And that is a second bundle of the week. So this one is a little bit, it's a little bit higher priced as it is started higher. So it is $29, what did I say it was? $29.95 rather than $42.25. So still an amazing deal. And this one is not a permanent fat quarter deal. This is, again, while supplies last or Friday night until midnight. So super cute, super great. It has 13, so one more than a fat stack. So you could always toss one away. And look at these penguins. The penguins are so cute. I don't think we have the penguins on the Bolt anymore, but so you would have to get the fat quarter bundle to get the penguins. Super fun. All right. Next up in our Snowmageddon celebration, I do want to bring up this book, this Holiday Hoopla book. I think I shared it with you last week when I was talking about Valentine's gifts. And here we have a really fun pieced snowman that is also super fun. So this is Pat Sloan's Holiday Hoopla, and that is in our book section. All right. Oh, when I was talking about looking up, I forgot to show you what's just at my feet. And that is some great backgrounds that go along with that for rounding that out. Should we look at it now? What do you think? Sure, why not? And then we'll hop on to the rest of the table. All right. So we had opened the program talking about the things are looking up, right? And that's at Kim Schaefer Pattern. And we have this really awesome bundle, which happens to be the bundle of the week. So I pulled two great whites. So any background would work. But I thought it'd be super fun to highlight that we still have a really great selection of white on whites that have snowflakes on it. Now this one is super large, and you probably can't see the snowflakes so much. It probably just looks like white fabric as I'm looking at my screen. But these are really amazing snowflakes, okay? So just believe me, really amazing snowflakes. This one here, this is a Kim Schaefer. This is from the Vice Versa line. And this one, can we see the shimmer in it, the pearlescence? Probably not. Can we see that overhead? Maybe I shouldn't have started talking about these. But so this is just a fuzz. And let's see. There's a little pearlescent that you can't see, but that would be really great with this pattern. All right, lots of great stuff. Have to work on those fine white on white details. Should we talk about Valentine's Day since we had the 12-pack quilt behind me? All right, so I want to share with you a new fabric line that came in. Now we're still waiting on one bolt, so we haven't put our fat quarter bundles together yet. But the XOXO line from April Rosenthal of Prairie Grass Designs came in, and here it is. Did we have this last week? No, we didn't have this last week. It's a blur. We don't know. So look at this. So this is a great panel, and we are working at, can I have you stand a little bit towards the other way, towards me. Da-da-da. There you are. Yay. Okay, so here, these are 4 beautiful squares, and I believe these are 16-inch squares. They can be used for blocks in a quilt. They can be used for pillows. So we are in the process of making these up into pillows. This beautiful panel here could also be used in a quilt, or it could be used as a lumbar pillow or a bottle bag. And then this panel right here, the squares could be used in a quilt. Yes, you are following along beautifully. Or you can turn it into a really cool fully lined zipper pouch. So we're going to be turning it into a fully lined zipper pouch. That panel is a yard of fabric and is available in store. I'll post a link for our XOXO collection as well as our yardage in there. And this pattern here, I think I shared this pattern with you last week. And this is from April Rosenthal. And you can see how each of the elements of the panel is used in this quilt. So really, really fun. I put it in the collection along with the fabric. And I am going to grab that and share that with you so that you can peruse that collection. As I said, we don't have the fat quarter towers yet, and on the website, the Jelly Roll and Charm Pack say sold out. We actually haven't gotten it yet, so it's not sold out. We just don't have it. So if you were thinking that that was interesting, give us a message so that we can set them aside for you when they come in. Now these are short little bolts, so if this is a fun and interesting pack, let us know, because we want to make sure that you can get all sorts of great things for your holiday sewing. So that is our XOXO collection. Next week you'll be seeing the full range of fabric once we have all of our towers cut. But the fabric is on the floor, so that's kind of backwards for some of the stuff that we've been doing, where sometimes our things are cut and it's on the website, but it's not out yet. This is on the floor in our front foyer, which for you to look at. While I was putting together great things to share with you today, I saw this really great 3-yard pull that I wanted to share with you. So we have that. That is a 3-yard fabric bundle, a 3-yard pull together. So this would work with your favorite 3-yard fabric pull. And I am super excited because we got in our favorite ombre Wild Blossom fabric from Robin Pickens again. So we've had it in the store and sold out twice already of significant yardage, not just a bolt, and it's back. Isn't this pretty? So you can do all sorts of really amazing things with this. And we have the pattern Bar Hop back in store. I'm going to quick grab that for you to be able to show that pattern to you so that you can see it, because that uses all the different fabrics here. I just love being on the store floor so that I can share all sorts of really great stuff with you. All right. You know, because if I was like off-site or something, I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. So this one right here, Joyful Trio. Oh, it's not called well, Bar Hop is also one, but Joyful Trio, this is a very, very, very clever pattern that uses the width of fabric from the Wild Blossoms. So that center panel right here, it's just the center panel chopped up. And I think sometimes we forget that when you get a beautiful piece of fabric like this, while a lot of times we don't want to cut it up, it also can be beautiful as like 6 or 7 different fabrics, right? Or 3, just depending on how small you chop them. So the next time you're shopping for some beautiful floral fabrics or multicolored fabrics, you can also look to see how you'd be able to use one piece of fabric potentially as 6 different fabrics, right? So kind of fun thinking about things that way. All right. Other things for fabrics that have been in store. So we have the Woodlands and Wildflowers yardage that's in store, and we're super excited because we've been talking all about the Chatsworth, and we've been cutting things up and folding, and oh, we've been busy cutting and folding and folding and cutting and folding and cutting so that we can be ready for kit distribution next week. But today we got in the Woodland and Wildflowers pre-cuts, which we had been waiting on. So, you know, sometimes we get the pre-cuts first and then the yardage. Well, for this particular collection, we got the yardage in first, and now we have the pre-cuts. So Frank, let's take a peek overhead. So we have the layer cake, the charm pack, the mini charm. We got mini charms again, and the great jelly roll. And of course, we have the panels that go with the collection. So, and all of the yardage. And you can still join Chatsworth, and. So that one is super fun. And let me just pop the Woodland and Wildflower collection in the chat if you were looking there. And then I do want you to see that beautiful, beautiful panel that goes along with that collection. That's the first item that pops up on there. And something like Panel Blast would be great to be able to frame out a single 24-inch repeat panel. And something like this is a little bit more complicated and a little bit more interesting than just framing it out, but doesn't take a ton of work. And this particular pattern can be done as either a lap or a full. And the lap size is finished at 63 by 81, and they're saying the full is 75 by 81. So just kind of things to think about. All right. Now I'm not seeing a ton of comments after, oh, I don't know, after we started getting into this. So I'm guessing that you guys are talking and that I just can't see it. So I'll make sure to go through the chats after we're done with our presentation to be able to share with you and answer any of your questions. All right. Now, oh, this one's good. This one's really good. Okay, so we got in the pre-cut. So this is one of those where we got the pre-cuts in first, and then we're going to be getting in the yardage. So this is a Sherry and Chelsea line, and it is so fun and so bright and so cheery. So should we look at it? Okay. This is Strawberry Lemonade. Not to be confused with the Strawberry Lemonade that was me and my sister of many moons ago. And you can see here that the palette, let's see here. Let's try overhead. Okay, so we have the green and this great blue. Oh, look at this gingham. Oh my gosh. This little gingham plaid, it's so cute and so small, and it's on the diagonal and make a perfect, perfect, perfect binding or sashing or whatever. And then you have the red, or that salmony red, this pinky pink. This goes well with Simply Delightful as well as many other Sherry and Chelsea palette things. Oh, this one, oh my gosh. Look at that. That is so great as a background. Oh, it's so great. Some larger florals. I love these little tossed rings. This is a white on white. So super pretty, super beautiful, Strawberry Lemonade. So we have the layer cakes, the mini charms, the charm packs. We have honey buns. And why do we have honey buns? Because I'm going to show you a really awesome pattern. So honey bun is an 1.5 inch wide jelly roll. And then the jelly roll. So these just came in this afternoon. They are not quite online. They will be online later tonight. And then they will be in a collection on the front page of the website. And then the yardage will be added later. And as well as these patterns that we ordered with the collection. So this is Hearts at Home 2, and it is honey bun friendly. So it is a log cabin pattern. And let me see if I can zoom in here or if this is going to blur out. The center here of each of the log cabins is a heart. It's a heart. It's so cute. Then we have the Botanical Remix, which are super cute tulips or starflowers or such. And this is Fat Eighth friendly. And then we have this montage, which was also done with the collection. And this is a very interesting star block set in an interesting setting. Super cool. And that is Fat Eighth friendly as well. So with this particular montage is sized to either be 80 by 80 or a throw quilt 60 by 78. Botanical Remix in just one size of 68 by 81, but I could totally see doing a couple of these, maybe 3 of them together as a as like a table runner framed out, and then this particular log cabin quilt, single size 48.5 by 57.5. So these are really cute, nice, small log cabins. All right, I see some comments coming up here. Did I get the 108 for the line? And I'm guessing you're talking about the strawberry lemonade. I, off the top of my head, do not know. I don't have that information in front of me. I will answer that for you in the comments after the show to see if we got them. I'm not sure. We don't always get 108s that come with a line if they aren't super basic. So I'm not sure, but I will check. And yes, those pinks and reds will be great for Valentine's. And you know, this also, so Frank's going to keep this overhead for a second. I'm going to grab this other quilt that I almost hung behind me that is super cute and would be a great 12-pack use of that fabric. And this is the quilt called Boxes. We had handed out this pattern several months ago, and the pattern still is available in store. And Frank is going to come and join me so we can share with you. And I think this fabric collection would be perfect for this quilt. Okay, so this is Boxes. Okay, so it is, you might say, oh, well, this kind of looks like just zigzag stuff. Well, Frank, now we're going to rotate this 90 degrees. And do you see the cubes? Huh, isn't that interesting? So that is why it's called Boxes. So it's kind of an optical illusion, but I think this palette would go really well with this quilt. It just flows really well. So that pattern is available in store. It's called Boxes. It's a 12-pack complimentary pattern that we have at the register. So super fun, and I can't wait for the rest of Strawberry Lemonade to get in. And Linda shared that Sherry of Sherry and Chelsea showed a really great pattern with the pinks and reds on her channel. And Sherry and Chelsea are just amazing social media. I was going to say diva, but that's not the right word. They're great with social media and their channels and such. I actually learned quite a lot from Sherry, telling me how she manages her different formats. She does a podcast, which is super fun and has a lot of great inspiration that she shares. So she is a Quilting Life, and we are really excited to be able to have her fabrics here, and as well as we have a lot of her other fabrics from previous lines in stock. So thanks, Linda, for sharing that information. All right. Social media guru. I think that's the better word. Guru. I'm always amazed at people who have like a ton of content, because she doesn't have, like, she does it. And she doesn't have a bunch of people that do all sorts of magic. She does so much of it herself. So it's really amazing. All right. I was going to open it up to questions, and I'm thinking if you have questions, I might not see them. Linda's watching from YouTube, so if any of you from YouTube have questions, I might be able to see yours. And otherwise, I'll check in the comments after the show. If you're asking if we're going to be open or not tomorrow, stay tuned and check our Facebook or Instagram page in the morning. I don't want to call us closed in case if the storm just passes us over, right? So while it's always fun to sit and sew, we of course always want to be here for you as well. So we'll be using our best judgment and let you know in the morning as to what makes the most sense. However, I never want to encourage you to go out and harm yourself. So use your best judgment no matter where you happen to be in the next 48 hours. So thank you for joining me tonight. We did have a bundle of the week that I'm just going to quick share again, lay out as we close tonight. So this is the Things Are Looking Up Rainbow Palette. Super beautiful, inspired by Kim Schaefer's pattern, Things Are Looking Up, which is also on sale through Friday. And that sale price is $7.50. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. I'm always happy to share time with you and am honored that you're taking time out of your busy schedule to watch us. If you have any questions, make sure to send us a message, send us an email, call us, and we will see you soon. Happy quilting.